Hi lovers, I'm cowering behind this here bush because it's pretty windy today. Don't normally go out filming in force 9 gales, but I want to learn the machine, and I think I have sussed it a minute ago. I think. So a bit shadier. Oh, I'm getting the sun in my eyes. So I'll show you what I mean. I'll walk over my spade and it will give off a loud tone, hopefully. So there's my spade there, look. I'll turn the volume up on this thing. I don't know if you can hear me because it's very windy, but I've set this branch up. I snapped it out of the hedge and I taped it on with duct tape, and I'm just pushing it, and it's a lot easier than pulling it. Pushing it because you can see where you're going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push it around the field. I'm going to put some pegs in my pocket. And when I get a loud signal, I'll chuck a peg down to roughly the location. Oh, it's too windy to be filming really. Still, I want to learn this pesky machine. And it's not raining. So, I'm going to walk around the field and see if I can find some epic targets. Right, this is the first signal. I found it with the Horde Hunter, the box frame coil. So what I'm going to do from now on is I'm going to call it the time machine. That's the computer. That's the tripod. Yes! Just what I always wanted. A 500-year-old horseshoe. I'm getting better with this machine. Hopefully I'll find something a bit deeper soon. Sounds shallow, this one. I think it's iron. Oh, hit something. Oh, this thing's going to get me fit. I walked up and down the field about 6 times and gasping I was. What's that there? It's a bit off of a electric fence. Obviously if it's a big lump of metal, it'll probably see it deeper, like that pot of coins I buried in my garden. That was 2 foot deep, saw that no problem at all. Just picking up the spade. What's that? Ah, that's what it is. That's why that signal's all over the place. There's probably bits of iron like that. So I'm getting there, I've finally figured it out. I just need a bit more depth. Obviously, if I bury something like 2 or 3 feet deep and then put the machine over it, then it might see it like. But like I said, that tiny piece of metal I showed you, this is a bit bigger. And it's got holes, so it's gonna sound better than that. Right, I think I got a deep one here, because I found it with the time machine. But then when I put the smaller coil over it, I had to turn the sensitivity up because it couldn't see it, so it must be deeper. So I'll go for a biggest hole. Hopefully it's a Roman burial. We're not far from a Roman site here. Oh. Oh, I can feel something scrunching already. That's it, I think. It's about a foot down, and it is a top of a 500-year-old Tudor nail. So quite a nice one. That it's got the sides to it. This one we haven't rusted away too badly. I tell you what, walking around with that thing, I'm getting puffed. In a few months I'm going to be super fit. I would have lost half a stone. Yeah, a Tudor nail. Oh, I've done well on the horseshoes today. That's the newest one. That's a bit older. That's older still. That's the oldest. 500 odd years old, those things. And I think that's maybe a butcher's hook, because in the old days you used to do the butchery in the fields. Yep, so I'm getting better, I'm finding things at least. Yeah, so here's the time machine. That's what we're going to call it, the time machine. Yeah, it worked well today. Just had a few joints pop out. These things pop out. I've got a lot of these straps sort of holding it together, and my nice bit of colourful tape, duct tape, stick. I'll probably bring a little saw with me next time, because I had to snap that out of the bush and it was a bit heavy going, trying to break it out of the bush. But yeah, it was worked perfectly. Just hold the stick like that and walk along. Dead simple. Oh, I'm cream crackered. I had a stitch. Oh, I'm going to lose some weight with this thing. What I'm going to do tomorrow, if the weather's alright, because it's a bit stormy, didn't have any rain but it's stormy, is I'm going to get a carrier bag and I'm going to fill it full of bronzy bits, and I'm going to bury it about 2 foot down, and then I'm going to put the coil over it and go up and down, and maybe I might make an adjustment to that setting or this setting and whatever, and then I'll be able to tell on the screen. I might get one of those blackboard pens, what you call them, whiteboard pens, and just put a little mark on there, because you get this signal intensity thing that shoots up. So just put a little mark where it's you know, just hitting. That's where I want to get it, when it's just hitting that mark. And just play around with something like deep under the ground, because everything I was finding today was quite shallow, so I've obviously still need to tweak the settings a little bit. And what I was thinking of doing is I got to ground balance it, you know, that's quite vitally important, ground balancing. So what I thought I'd do is get a bit of rope and chuck it over one of these branches with a rock tied to the end on this tree here, and then I could lift it up, press the ground balance and lower it back down, because otherwise I'd need 2 people to ground balance, and this is just more. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do tomorrow, try and figure out ground balancing, and I'm going to bring a bag full of bronzy bits and bury it deep under the ground to simulate a hoard, because like I dug up a lot of horseshoes today. Yeah, but I'm getting there. Soon I reckon we'll be finding epic treasures. Cheers!